What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin, and I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. You know I love you. Today's video is going to be the start of a new series here on the channel. I'm pretty excited about it. If you watched my all about my eyeshadow palettes video, I actually mentioned doing this in that video, and I actually did get a couple comments from people who watched that video that said, yes, I would totally be interested in a throwback series on your channel. So I was like, okay, if people would watch it, then I absolutely am happy to produce it. So this is gonna be the first video in a throwback eyeshadow palette series on my channel. So I did take a poll over on my Instagram a few days ago. I just pulled 2 palettes from my collection and took a vote on my stories of what people would want to see. So these are the 2 palettes that I put in the poll, and this one won out. So I'll probably do this one next just because I wanted to do videos with both of these anyway. But this is the Disney Designer Midnight Masquerade palette from Colourpop. This launched, I want to say, probably like 3 years ago at this point. So this is the palette that we are going to be working with today, and this is the look that I created. So I really like the way this turned out. I feel like this is very fun, like pastel spring vibes. It's pretty much exactly what I was going for. It's pretty much exactly what I had envisioned in my head, so I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look with this fun little throwback palette, then let's get right into it. All right, guys, let's get started. Everyone also say hello to Napa Girl back there. Did you just go for a walk? Did you just go for a walk and it's hot outside? Good girl, time for a nap. Okay, see ya. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna do my brows on camera today because I figure why not? This is the Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Brunette. I've been flipping back and forth between whether I wanna do my brows first or like after my foundation is on. I can't decide which I like better. I do like doing them first because I can clean them up with concealer and everything like that, and then have like my eye primer and eyeshadow go on really nicely. But sometimes I feel like when I do them first and there's nothing else on the rest of my face, I tend to obsess over them a little bit and just take a little bit too long. Versus if the rest of my makeup is done, I feel like I'm a little bit quicker about it. But they're also harder to clean up once the rest of your face is done. So I don't know, I haven't really decided, but over the past like week or two I've gone back to doing them first, so that's what we're gonna do today. I have been hearing recently that thin, like overplucked 2000s eyebrows are going to come back in trend. And from a millennial to all my Gen Z girls and guys out there, please do not do that to your eyebrows, because in 10 years you will be like obsessively trying to grow them back. Don't do it. Do not. If I start seeing overplucked eyebrows, that's where I draw the line. Overplucked eyebrows and low-rise jeans, we don't want them back. Okay, and then I use concealer to clean them up, so I'm just going to use a little bit of my favorite e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I use the shade Light Sand when I have a tan, and then I'm going to use my Zoeva Brow Line brush. I really like this for precision under the brow bone. It's called Brow Line, so it's literally made for that. I'm just kind of working back and forth here on the back of my hand, just so that, one, I don't have too much concealer on at one time, but also doing that kind of like brings the bristles to a point. Show you what the brush looks like. Unfortunately though, I have to find a replacement for this because this brush is not cruelty free. I didn't realize Zoeva wasn't cruelty free, but I don't believe they are. I was looking up a brush that I used in my last tutorial and I was like, ugh. It was like a synthetic and natural hair blend. So anyway, if you guys have any brushes that you like to use for underneath your brow, definitely let me know. I am trying to make the transition to cruelty-free, but I also don't want to be wasteful of the things that I already own. So I am still trying to use a lot of what I have, but just so that you guys are aware, I don't believe that Zoeva is cruelty-free. Okay guys, next I'm going to prime my eyes. So this is my favorite e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer in the shade Rose. Okay, so before we dive into the palette, this palette actually doesn't have a shade to set down my eyelid or to set down my primer. So I'm just gonna pick this up because I had this laying here with this palette, because this is the other palette in the poll that I took on my Instagram to see which palette you guys wanted for this throwback video. So I'm gonna take the shade In a Wink. Doesn't really matter because we're not talking about this palette, but just I like to set my eyeshadow primer down always, and this Disney palette doesn't have one to do that, unfortunately. You can also just use your translucent powder if that happens where the palette you're using doesn't have like a shade that you think is good to set down your primer, but I didn't bring one in, so I'm just gonna use this. Okay, so star of the show here today is this Disney designer Midnight Masquerade and Colourpop collaboration. It is so freaking pretty. I am still, all these years later, obsessed with the artwork on this palette. This is what it looks like. I am feeling something very springy. I'm definitely feeling some color. As I've been thinking about this look, I really have been thinking about kind of like a pink and green kind of two-toned look with this palette, just because I really love, I feel like there actually really is a lot of pinks in this palette, but I also am dying to use this green. It kind of matches like the color of the shirt that I'm wearing today and these earrings, and I just feel like it's a very springy color. So that's my vision. I don't really have much of a plan other than that, so let's hope that it works out the way that we want it to. Okay, so let's start working in with some pinks first. So I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush and I'm going to go into the shade Damsel, and I'm just going to start working that into the crease. Ooh, that's actually more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. And next I'm going to move to the shade New Dream. This little brush is from, surprise, surprise, it's from a BH set that I don't think exists anymore. It was from their ice cream shop collection, but it's kind of just like a chubby pencil brush. So you can see it's not like a thin tip, but it's also not a super fluffy tip. So what I'm gonna use this for is just to pack this into the outer corner and a little bit up into my crease out here. Okay, and then once I've got that color placed where I want it to be, I'm going to take just a smaller fluffy brush. Again, this is from that same ice cream shop set, but if you have something like this that's just a little bit fluffier on top, this is what we're going to blend with. So to start, I'm not going to get any extra product on the brush. I'm just going to start by softening this line out here. And then now that I've blended and kind of gotten a feel for where the depth of that color is, then now I will go and just get a little bit more on my fluffy brush this time. So I'm using the side of the brush to tap it over where we have it in the inner corner. And then I'll get a little bit more of the shadow on the tip of the brush, and that's what I'll use to work into the crease. You know what? I actually think I might bring this darker shade over just a little bit into the inner crease. Okay, for the lid, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Frog and Wife. So I'll show you the brush in just a second here, but you just want to grab a nice flat brush like this. Look how beautiful that color is. I'm so excited. I hope this turns out the way that I have it pictured in my head. But okay, so this is going to be our lid shade. So I'm just going to use the flat edge of this brush to pack it on. Okay, so I'm only taking this shimmer over as far as it meets the matte. I don't want either of these colors to overpower each other. I really want them to blend into each other. So once I have that lid shade placed, I'm actually just gonna take my finger and try to just use that to blend these two together. Again, these two colors are very different from each other, so it's going to be a little bit more of a, it's going to be more of an obvious difference than if you were doing a more neutral look or whatever, but we still want things to be blended, of course, right? All I do is blend. I'm just trying to have that nice fade. You don't want just like a straight vertical line between the two colors. It's fine if you can obviously see where one starts and one ends, but you do want more of a soft line between the two of them. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, yay. I really like that. It's pretty. I'm glad that it worked out. It's very mermaidy. I really, really like this vibe. Okay, guys, I have to tell you something. This pink glitter, I'm sure if you know me, you're not surprised. This pink glitter is calling my name, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it on top of this green. So I tested it on the back of my hand. I kind of love it. So I think we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna take this pink glitter. It's called Floating Lantern. And I am just going to tap that right over top of where we put the green. All right, that might have been a little too much, so I'm gonna spread some over here. I mean, like I just said, this look is looking very mermaid vibes right now, so why don't we just go for it with some glitter to top it all off. If you don't like glitter, I know a lot of people have strong feelings about pressed glitter. I like it for this reason, but if you don't, that's a completely optional step. I'm just having fun here. This is a princess palette. We got mermaid vibes going on. I can't help myself, you know? Can't help myself. My creative brain is exploding right now. All right, so I think last step for the eyes for right now, we're just gonna highlight the inner corner and the brow bone. So I'm gonna take the shade Spinning Wheel. I think it's the obvious choice for a highlight shade. Taking it on a little brush like this. And this is gonna go in the inner corner and the brow bone. Okay, I actually don't know if I love that. I was expecting it to be a little bit brighter. I feel like it's applying kind of dull. Yeah, okay, so while it looks white in the pan, I mean, it is reflective, but it's just not as bright as I thought it was gonna show up. But I did just get an idea. So I also have a few of the little face products from this launch. Guys, like when it's Disney princesses, I can't help myself. I really can't. And I actually have the Cinderella highlighter. Do you guys remember this? I feel like this was really popular when this collection was released. So it's called Horse and Carriage. It's actually supposed to be a face highlighter, but this is actually a little bit too light for me as a face highlighter most of the time, especially when I have a tan, but I feel like this could kind of give me the brightness that I want for this eye look. Granted, I'm probably gonna have to touch up my inner corner again after I do my face makeup, but yeah, that's a little bit more of the intensity that I wanted. Okay, guys, how fun. I can't wait to see how this looks when the rest of my makeup is done. Okay, guys, last step before I go and do the rest of my makeup, I'm taking my makeup wipe and I'm gonna clean up underneath. Of course, there's glitter everywhere. Kind of hard to avoid. And I think I do want a nice sharp edge here because I think I'm gonna keep this look just on the top lid today. So I'm gonna start at the outer corner of my eye and just follow like the natural angle of it up towards my brow. Yeah, so if you were gonna connect this underneath, you could definitely like start a little bit lower so that you would have room to connect it on the outer corner, but since I'm not doing that, I like to do it kind of right at the edge. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the rest of my makeup off of camera and I will be right back. Okay friends, I am back. Let's get this thing wrapped up. So as I said, I really do think I'm gonna leave this look just as is on the top lid. So we just need to add some lashes and mascara to this. So for lashes today, I think I'm gonna use these ones. I've never tried these before. These are the Kiss Pixie O2 lashes, and it says blowout lash at the top. They're like nice and wispy. I'm very excited. I also brought in my Kiss 11s. I feel like these have a very similar vibe to them, but I do think these are just a little bit fluffier. So I want to give these a try. So I'm gonna speed you guys through this. I am just gonna curl my eyelashes, apply my mascara, and pop these on. Okay, lashes are on. I do think they look really nice. They are definitely on the natural side. This is a very like my lashes but better style of lash for me personally. Typically I do like a little bit more drama from a lash, but they are very wispy and whimsical. So I feel like Pixie is the perfect name for them because it definitely gives you that like whimsical pixie vibe. They definitely have the taper on the end that kind of gives you that like lifted cat eye effect, and I do think that they fit really well with this look. This is the type of lash for me where, again, like a my lash but better situation where I will apply my mascara, put these on just to kind of enhance my natural lashes a little bit, and then load them up with mascara once the lashes are on. So I really like them. I also think that they are a great option in general if you're somebody that is not used to wearing lashes, or if you don't like a bigger lash. So I'm happy with them. Okay, so for lips, I do feel like we have to go with a pinkier lip here. I just feel like that is going to coordinate the best with this look. So for lip liner, I'm first gonna take my Gerard Cosmetics lip liner. This is in the shade Share. I use this on bridal clients all the time. This is just a really great kind of like mauvey pink. I do think I actually want to try out kind of like a lip contouring technique here, so I am just going to focus this right along the outer edge of my lips. Okay, and then if this turns out the way that I am picturing it in my head, it'll kind of make sense. So then I'm going to take my Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade Oh Snap. This hopefully will turn up a little bit lighter. So this is what I'm going to use to fill in the center of my lips. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to try to kind of blend these two colors together so we get more of like an ombre effect. Okay, and you can kind of tap over it as you see fit. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I can definitely tell in person. So the point of going around the outside with a darker lip pencil and then going in with either a lighter lip pencil or a lighter lip color in the center is because the darker color around the outside is gonna give you some nice shape and definition to your lips, and then using a lighter color in the center gives the appearance of a fuller lip. It just kind of like brings your lips forward a little bit, if that makes sense. That's just kind of like a basic contour highlight principle, but you can do it with your lip liner in a similar way to the way that you do it with your face. So I definitely could probably have it a little bit lighter in the center, but we are going to go over top with a gloss, so we'll see. Either way, I think this color does look nice with this eye look, so I'm not mad about it. But okay, so I have this lip gloss. This is actually not from this Disney Masquerade collection. This is from the first Disney designer collection that Colourpop did. And this is a lip gloss in the shade Boo. I'm pretty sure they had like a Cinderella themed lip bundle, and they were all, it was like 3 different lip products, and they were called Bippity Boppity Boo, which, how cute. But this is just kind of like a nice pink lip gloss, and I think that it will finish off this look nicely. So here we go. Yeah, that looks really nice. I honestly, I don't think Colourpop even makes their ultra glossy lip formula anymore because they have the Luxe lip gloss formula now. I prefer their old ultra glossy lip gloss formula to the Luxe lip gloss formula. I don't really like the new Luxe lip glosses, to be honest with you. I feel like you either love them or hate them. I just think this is a better formula. It's not too thick or goopy. It's not sticky at all. And from the Luxe glosses that I have tried, I have had more of like that kind of sticky, goopy experience with those. So I would love it if Colourpop would start making their ultra glossy lip again, because I really like this lip gloss formula. But that's just one girl's opinion. All right, my friends, here we are with the finished look, and I do have to say, I love it. I feel absolutely like a fairy princess right now in the best way possible. Hey, Stinky! Can you be quiet, please? Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, I really do feel like a princess in the best way possible right now in this look. So I had a lot of fun doing this look. I'm really looking forward to doing more videos in this throwback series. I just think it's such a fun way to bring out your old makeup and have fun with your old palettes and old colors and stuff like that. I don't want to say old, like super old and expired, throw it out old. But I mean, just, you know, things move so quickly in this industry. The makeup and beauty industry is so saturated, and there's new things coming out all the time, which is exciting. I love new makeup as much as anybody, but I also do think it's just so much fun to go through what you have and just show some love to the things that you already have. So if you have this palette, I hope that this video inspired you to break it out again and get a little creative. But with all of that being said, that is going to be the end. So if you have made it this far and you have not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out in the YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am at DevDevGregs over there. And with that, I will catch you in my next one. Mwah. Love you. Bye.